Social anxiety disorder, or social phobia, isn't simply a fear of making or interacting with friends. It's actually characterized by an intense fear of social situations in which the child might be judged or scrutinized by others. Children with social anxiety disorder experience intense feelings of anxiety about a number of different triggers, including speaking in front of others, reading out loud, fear of being evaluated by others, fear of offending others, fear of embarrassment, and fears conversing with others in unfamiliar situations. Children with social anxiety disorder worry in a lot of different social situations, like school, teams, playdates, classes, and even for family reunions. Social anxiety disorder can cause significant distress for children and have a negative impact on academic performance, as well as social relationships and self-confidence. Children with social anxiety disorder are likely to avoid engaging in things like sports or other group activities with their peers for fear of being negatively scrutinized or embarrassed. Parents can help children with social anxiety disorder by understanding the nature of the disease and teaching them how to cope with their symptoms. The following strategies are designed for you, the parent, to use with your child as she or he begins to tackle social anxiety. These strategies are best used for children with mild to moderate signs of social anxiety. For children with more severe symptoms or have been diagnosed with social anxiety disorder, we recommend treatment with a mental health professional, although some strategies can be used at home to support your child's therapy work. So the first strategy is helping your child become an expert on anxiety. This is a very important first step, as it helps your child understand what is happening to them when they're experiencing anxiety. Teaching your child that worries and physical feelings that they're experiencing have a name, anxiety, and that millions of other people also have it. This can be a huge relief to your child. Kids need to learn a variety of tools to use when feeling anxious or overwhelmed. It's nearly impossible to use adaptive coping strategies when you're dealing with intense physical symptoms of anxiety. So the first step is to work on learning to calm the anxious response. Deep breathing is the best way to calm a rapid heart rate, shallow breathing, and feeling dizzy. Teach your child to visualize blowing up a balloon while engaging the diaphragm in deep breathing. Count with your child. 4 in, hold for 4 seconds, and then 4 seconds out. You can also use guided imagery. Your child can take a relaxing adventure in her mind while engaging in deep breathing. Tell a quick story in a low and even voice to help your child find her center. Progressive muscle relaxation can also help. Anxious kids tend to tense their muscles when they're feeling stressed. Teach your child to relax her muscles and release tension, beginning with her hands and arms. Make a fist and hold it tight for 5 seconds, and then slowly release. Move on to the arms, the neck, shoulders, feet, and then legs. The fourth strategy is teaching cognitive reframing. Kids with social anxiety are often overwhelmed by negative beliefs that reinforce their anxious thoughts. Their beliefs tend to fall into the following categories. They assume the worst case scenario. They believe that others see them through a negative lens. They can overreact, or they can personalize a situation. Teach your child to recognize negative thoughts and replace them with positive ones. If your child tends to say things like, "My teacher thinks I'm stupid because I'm bad at reading," help him or her recognize the negative thought, ground it in reality, such as a teacher's job is to help kids learn, not judge them on what they already know, and replace it with a positive thought. "I'm having a hard time reading, but my teacher will help me get better." So the fifth strategy is teaching problem-solving skills. Children with social anxiety tend to be masters of avoidance. They do what they can to avoid engaging in situations that cause the most anxiety. While this might seem like the path of least resistance, it can actually make the social anxiety worse over time. Teach your child to work through feelings of fear and anxiety by developing problem-solving skills. If a child fears public speaking, for example, she can learn to practice several times at home in front of a mirror, have someone videotape her and watch it back, find a friendly face in the room and make eye contact, or use deep breathing to calm her anxious feelings. Help your child identify her triggers and brainstorm potential problem-solving strategies with them to work through those triggers. Explain to your child that everyone sometimes is afraid of being around other people, like on a first date, at a job interview, performing in front of others. Having a little bit of this worry some of the time helps us prepare and do our best. However, you can also explain to your child that sometimes you can have too much of this worry. This is similar to a thermostat that is set too high and the temperature is no longer comfortable. Tell your child that you will work together as a team to give him or her the right tools to help cope with anxiety and gradually face her fears to get the thermostat back to a comfortable setting. However, because it's normal to have a little anxiety in some social situations, using tools to get rid of anxiety completely is not helpful either. Therefore, using breathing or relaxation skills to be 100% calm is not the goal. Instead, focus on helping your child challenge unhelpful thinking and increase bravery by facing his or her fears one step at a time. Let your child know that social anxiety is common and your child is not the only one who feels this way. And finally, you can work on friendship skills. While you can't make friends for your child, you can help your child practice friendship skills. Practicing these skills using role play and modeling can help your child feel more at ease with her peers. Some examples can be to help her with greetings, sliding in and out of groups, conversation starters, listening and responding, or asking follow-up questions and making follow-up statements. So in conclusion, the best way to help your child deal with social anxiety and related worries is to give him or her tools that they can use to cope more effectively. These tools are intended to increase your child's ability to tolerate anxiety rather than to eliminate it altogether. Anxiety exists everywhere, and therefore it's an illusion to believe we can eliminate the source and never experience anxiety. It's far more effective to provide your child with tools to tolerate and cope rather than to control and escape. And it's also important to remember that if social anxiety negatively affects your child's ability to attend school, socialize with peers in or out of school, or affect other areas of functioning, it may be time to seek an evaluation from a licensed mental health professional. The good news is that social anxiety disorder is very treatable and kids can learn to cope with their symptoms and implement strategies.